Did you know that the global food industry is a colossal $8 trillion enterprise, controlling not just what we eat, but how we live, think, and even how we connect with the world around us? What if I told you that our food isn't just fueling our bodies, but possibly fueling a darker agenda? Could it be that something as simple as our daily bread is being used to control us in ways we've never imagined? Food is fundamental to our survival, culture, and daily routines, but what if it's also a tool of manipulation? What if the very thing that nourishes us is also being used to control our thoughts, actions, and even our spiritual state? This idea may sound far-fetched, but when we dig deeper into the history and contemporary use of food, a more sinister picture begins to emerge. Throughout history, controlling food supplies has been a way to control people. In today's world, the methods may be more subtle, but the intent could be just as dark. Join me as we explore how food may be used as a weapon of control, potentially by malevolent forces, and why understanding this is crucial for reclaiming our health, freedom, and spiritual well-being. Food as a tool for dependency and control. In our modern society, food has become more than just sustenance. It's a commodity that's been engineered to create dependency. Fast food, sugary snacks, and processed meals are not just convenient, they're addictive. These foods are carefully designed with the perfect balance of sugar, fat, and salt to trigger pleasure centers in our brains, making us crave more. Once we're hooked, breaking free becomes incredibly difficult, and this dependency creates a cycle that keeps us coming back for more, often to the detriment of our health. But what if this isn't just a byproduct of a profit-driven industry? What if this cycle of dependency is a deliberate strategy to keep us controlled, distracted, and disconnected from our true purpose? Power of convenience and distraction. In the hustle and bustle of modern life, convenience often takes precedence over quality. The food industry capitalizes on this by offering quick, easy, and often unhealthy options that cater to our busy lifestyles. But this convenience comes at a cost. When we opt for processed, fast, and prepackaged foods, we not only compromise our health, but also become more susceptible to manipulation. These foods are often stripped of essential nutrients, leaving us physically weakened, mentally foggy, and spiritually unfulfilled. By prioritizing convenience over mindful eating, we inadvertently allow ourselves to be distracted from more meaningful aspects of life, such as our spiritual growth and connection to a higher purpose. Could this widespread distraction be more than just a societal trend? Could it be a tactic of control? Historical manipulation of food. The use of food as a means of control is not a new concept. It has deep roots in history. Throughout the ages, rulers and governments have manipulated food supplies to maintain power and control over populations. In ancient Rome, the concept of bread and circuses was employed to appease the masses and distract them from political issues. By providing free grain and spectacular entertainment, the Roman emperors kept the populace content and docile, effectively preventing uprisings and unrest. This tactic of controlling the population through food wasn't limited to ancient Rome. It has been a common strategy in times of war and conflict as well. During World War II, the Nazis used food rationing to weaken resistance in occupied territories, while the Allies employed food as a weapon of war, dropping food supplies to boost morale in besieged cities. Rise of the industrial food complex. As we move into the modern era, the manipulation of food has taken on new forms, particularly with the rise of the industrial food complex. This system, which includes agribusinesses, food manufacturers, and large-scale distributors, has transformed the way we produce, distribute, and consume food. The focus has shifted from nourishing communities to maximizing profits, often at the expense of our health and well-being. The introduction of genetically modified organisms, GMOs, chemical preservatives, and artificial additives has altered the very nature of our food, creating products that are more about shelf life and profitability than nutrition. These foods are designed to be addictive, triggering the release of dopamine in the brain, similar to the effects of drugs. This not only leads to physical dependency, but also creates a mental and emotional reliance on certain foods, making it difficult to break free from unhealthy eating patterns. Spiritual dimension. Beyond the physical and psychological aspects, there's a spiritual dimension to consider when discussing how food can be used as a tool of control. Many spiritual traditions emphasize the importance of mindful eating and the connection between the food we consume and our spiritual well-being. In Christianity, for example, fasting is seen as a way to purify the soul and draw closer to God. However, when we indulge in unhealthy, processed foods that dull our senses and cloud our minds, we become more vulnerable to spiritual attacks. The Bible warns against gluttony and the overindulgence of food, which can lead to a weakening of the spirit and a loss of self-control. Could it be that the widespread availability of addictive, unhealthy foods is part of a larger spiritual battle, designed to keep us disconnected from our higher selves and from God? Shocking reality of food addiction. One of the most alarming aspects of how food controls us is the rise of food addiction. This modern epidemic is not just about overeating. It's about the chemical dependency that certain foods create within us. Scientific studies have shown that high sugar, high fat, and highly processed foods can activate the brain's reward system in ways similar to addictive drugs like cocaine and heroin. This means that people can become physically and psychologically addicted to these foods, leading to a cycle of cravings, binging, and withdrawal. But this addiction goes beyond just physical health. It impacts our mental clarity, emotional stability, and even our ability to make sound decisions. Food is not just a source of nourishment. It is a powerful tool that can be used to control and manipulate us. From creating dependency and distraction to fostering addiction, the food we consume has profound implications on our physical, mental, and spiritual well-being. Historical and contemporary examples show that food has been weaponized to influence human behavior and societal structures, often with devastating effects. By understanding these dynamics, we can take steps to reclaim our health, break free from the chains of food addiction, and reconnect with our higher purpose. It's time to become more mindful of our food choices and recognize the potential for food to be used as a means of control. Only then can we truly be free. What are your thoughts on how food influences our lives, and could it be used as a tool for control? Share your opinions in the comments below. We'd love to hear from you. And if you found this video insightful, be sure to watch our next video on the impact of food on health and wellness. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button for more thought-provoking content. This version provides a deeper exploration of each point, connecting the historical context with modern issues and adding a spiritual dimension to the discussion. It's designed to be comprehensive and thought-provoking, engaging viewers with a mix of facts, analysis, and questions that invite further reflection.